Man, these shorter days that get darker sooner, they really know how to put me in a mood, you know? With cooler weather creeping into the air, I can also feel this pit in my stomach. It starts to grow as the temperature drops. When this begins to crawl back into my life every year, there are some things that I start to experience. Let me know if any of these things apply to you. Number one, the depression I already have, the depression I already need to manage, it seems to get a little bit more difficult to manage. Number two, my energy depletes a lot faster. Number three, I lose an active interest in the things that I normally love to do. Number four, I'm not eating the same way I normally would. And number five, I'm sleeping a lot more than I usually do. So what is this? Well, my friends, these are all signs that point towards seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, which is a very, very serious type of depression. And we're going to be talking about that today. But before we get started, I do have a question for you. Do you have $1 to spare? If you're looking for even more mental health insight, if you said yes to that question, you have $1 to spare, then you should subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $1 a month. Yes, you heard that correctly. $1 each month, and you'll get access to my live stream interviews that I do with mental health experts from around the world, daily motivation, daily affirmations, pictures of my cats, Hamilton and Burr. Yes, those are their names, and behind the scenes looks at my mental health journey. Visit my website at thevibewithkai.com, click on Patreon, and subscribe. For only $1 each month, I can play a small role in hopefully making your day just a little bit better. Okay, so let's talk about seasonal depression. According to Mental Health America, around 5% of the United States population experiences SAD, or seasonal depression, any given year. That's around 10 million people in the United States, according to Boston University. And if you're interested in seeing any of these statistics, look at the episode description. I'm including links to all of these things. Now, here's the thing. Seeing so many people that may be experiencing the same thing that I experience every winter season, I wanted to share with you some of the ways that I personally manage this on a daily basis during the winter. So I'm going to read you 5 little tips here, and let me know if any of these work for you. Number one, and this, goes without saying. Number one, speak with a mental health professional. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a mental health professional, nor do I play one on TV. Seasonal depression is a very serious thing that should be talked through with a qualified expert who can give you the tools that are needed to manage this. Don't be afraid to reach out to a medical professional that can guide you. Trust me, you don't need to go through this alone. I used to think that I could handle all of this stuff by myself, and let me tell you, I was wrong. I can't stress that enough. I was dead wrong. Now, here's the thing. If you need help finding a medical professional, finding somebody that can help you, that is a mental health professional, I put a link in the description of this episode that you can follow. It walks you through the things that you can do and some of the options that you have. Even if you don't have a lot of money, or maybe you feel like there's not a lot of resources by you, there is something that can help you. So I included a link in the description of this episode. Click on it if you are not sure where to start, and we'll get you the help that you need. Number two, don't be afraid to socialize with friends and family. As a lot of you may already know about me, I am a major introvert. Anytime that I have a chance to be at home cuddling with my cats, Hamilton and Burr, I jump at that opportunity. Now, with that said, however, I prioritize socializing with my friends and my family during the winter season. Hanging out with them brings me levity. It brings me warmth. It brings levity and warmth to my life. And those are things that I don't know if I can get by myself when I'm feeling this way. And here's the thing. It doesn't always have to be in person. Phone calls, FaceTime, voice memos, Zoom calls, whatever it may be, all of those things help you connect with the people that love you the most. Number 3, keep it moving. Sitting still is my worst enemy sometimes. When I'm sitting still for a long period of time, I seem to be sitting with my feelings as well. So I make an effort to move around as much as I can, even if it's something as simple as standing up and moving around while I'm watching TV. And obviously, exercise helps a lot as well. I try to go to the gym every weekday when my schedule allows it. And like that kind of stuff, it keeps my blood pumping and it keeps my feelings fluid. Like that kind of stuff can do wonders for you. Number 4, don't sit in darkness. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about like mental darkness. I'm talking about literal darkness, like as in lights in your house. Yes, it might be a little cooler outside. The temperatures might be a little colder, but that doesn't mean that the sun is going away. It still provides some light, depending on where you live. If you're in Alaska, where it's, I don't know if it's that time of year where it's where it's nighttime, for 24 hours straight for like 6 months. I don't know if you're there, but if you're not, everywhere else you have access to sunlight. Now, with my seasonal depression, I make an effort to keep my blinds and my shades open as often as possible during the day. There's just something special about natural light that improves my mood. I'm very lucky. At my office where I work, I have these giant windows that let so much light in. So like that helps a lot, because I can imagine, working in an office building where I just don't have that natural light. Luckily, at my job, I have that. Here's the thing, even at night, when natural light isn't available, you have options. There are plenty of special light boxes that you can use that can potentially emulate the natural light that you're looking for. In the description of this episode, there's a link to a product that I recommend. Check it out. Let me know if that's something that you want to get. And number 5, go on vacation. I am a big fan of winter vacations, especially when they are trips to places with warmer weather. It wasn't that long ago that I took a solo adventure to Southern California, and the following year I took a solo trip to Orlando, Florida. Those were some of the best adventures, the best vacations that I've ever had in my entire life. And man, it was so much fun, and it gave me this nice little reset that I needed. This year, I'm taking a trip to Utah, which is, not necessarily warmer this time of year, but I will be amongst friends, people that I love, people that uplift my spirits. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, here's the thing, don't write off staycations as well. I typically take off from work between like Christmas and New Year's, like that little week between Christmas and New Year's. I usually take off that time. That's my little staycation. And I love doing that because I feel refreshed coming into the new year, coming into January, right? It's a really good feeling. And I'll most likely be doing that again this year. My friends, make the most of the winter season. Trust me. Navigating the winter season can be really difficult at times, especially when you are a passionate spring and summer boy like me. I was born May 26th, right in the cusp of transitioning from spring into summer. I am a summer boy through and through. So just know that I completely understand what you're going through if the winter season is not necessarily your favorite. But here's the thing, there is a path towards managing your seasonal depression. All you got to do is take the first step, and it's 100% going to be worth it. My friends, I'm going to get very serious here because this is important. If you have been experiencing signs of seasonal affective disorder for more than 2 weeks and lifestyle changes like these aren't helping to alleviate those symptoms, it may be time for you to truly talk to your doctor, to talk to a mental health professional. Depression is a very serious condition, and the longer that treatment is delayed, the harder it is for recovery. So please reach out to a mental health professional if you can. Like I said, in the description of this podcast, I have links. I have a link in there that you can click on, and it gives you a place that you can start if you're not sure where to start. With that said, my friends, thank you so much for listening. If you are looking for for more exclusive content just like this, subscribe to my Patreon right now. It's only $1 a month, and you'll get full access to mental health insight from professionals all around the world, along with daily affirmations and behind-the-scenes looks at my own mental health journey. My Patreon is a safe space for me. It's a safe space for me to open up fully about how I'm feeling. So if that's something that you're interested in, if these are things that you are interested in following along with, visit my website at thevibewithkai.com, click on Patreon, and subscribe for only $1 per month. That's it. With that said, my friends, thank you again for listening. I really do appreciate it. Share this with anybody that you feel needs to hear it. As always, my friends, much love. Good vibes.